So you know how sometimes you just want to cut through all the noise and like get right to the heart of a story? Understand what's actually going on without wading through tons of details.
Yeah, exactly. Get the core of it efficiently.
Well, that's pretty much what we're aiming for right here. Today, we're doing a deep dive into a really vibrant story. It's got music, celebrity, culture,
It's the recent traditional wedding of Juma Jux, the Tanzanian music star.
right, to Priscilla Ojo. And she's the daughter of Nigerian actress Iyabo Ojos. So already interesting connections there.
And what really jumps out, I think, is how Jux marked this moment, this really personal event. He released a brand new song.
God design, specifically for the wedding day.
Yeah, specifically for it. It's this fascinating mix of his personal life and, well, his art.
Absolutely. And, for people who follow Joshos, this isn't totally out of the blue. He's done something similar before, right?
That's true. He dedicated Olufemi and Simimi to brides previously, so there's a bit of a history there.
Okay, so our mission today in this deep dive is to really unpack this new track, God Design. Look at its significance, not just, as a wedding song, but what it means in the bigger picture of Jux's career and his public life.
And we've got some good sources to draw from. There's a Belenija report. His Wikipedia page is helpful. Mdundo has a biography.
His Boomplay Music page, too, an article from Apple's Byte magazine, and even, interestingly, a piece looking at African menswear brands, which ties into his other ventures. So quite a range.
Okay, so let's kick off with God Design itself. The Belenija piece really emphasizes how intentional the release was.
Yeah, it wasn't just dropped sort of vaguely around the wedding.
No, it came out on the traditional wedding day, April 18th, 2025. That specific timing, it says a lot.
And it's actually part of something bigger.
Yeah, a whole 7-track EP. It's called A Day to Remember.
A day to remember. Okay.
And Jux himself apparently described it as, and I thought this was a great line, the soundtrack to our love story.
Wow, okay. That's pretty romantic. Like he's literally composing the score for this moment in his life.
Exactly. And if you look at the lyrics, Belenija points them out, you can see how personal they are, how fitting for a wedding.
Like what?
Well, phrases like Ayomitide, which means my joy has come,
Oh, nice.
and lines like, this is God's design and forever you'll be mine. I mean, that's straight out of wedding vows, basically. The song becomes this audible promise.
Yeah, it really captures that commitment. And then there's the feature, right? Fino.
Yes, Fino, the Nigerian rap star, which adds another really interesting layer.
How do you see that fitting in? I mean, considering Jux is Tanzanian, Priscilla's Nigerian, does that collaboration kind of underline the cross-cultural aspect?
I think it absolutely does. It's probably not just a random feature. Partnering with Fino likely helps the song reach, both Tanzanian and Nigerian listeners.
Right. Kind of symbolizes the union itself through the music.
Precisely. And Fino's style brings a different vibe, potentially pulling in fans who maybe don't usually listen to Jux's specific blend of R&B and bongo flava.
It feels strategic, but also meaningful.
Yeah. And then there's that prayer at the end from Priscilla's mother, Iyabo Ojo.
Oh, wow.
That adds such a unique, really heartfelt touch, makes it very personal, very memorable.
Definitely. Okay, so to really get why this musical gesture is significant, we probably need a bit more context on Juma Jux himself, the artist.
Sure. So his Wikipedia page gives the basics. Full name, Juma Musa Mokambala.
Okay.
Born in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, September 1st, 1989. And his family roots are in the Singida region. So, yeah, deeply Tanzanian.
And his musical start wasn't R&B, was it?
No, interestingly, his Mdundo bio says he actually began as a rapper back in 2005 when he was just 16.
Wow, okay. Rapper first.
Yeah. And the switch to R&B came later, around 2008. That's when he signed with AM Records. So that shift really defined the sound we know now.
Which is that blend, right? You hear the R&B, but also bongo flava, Afrobeats influences.
Exactly, and his Boomplay profile lists quite a few hits that show that range. Songs like Enjoy, Nita Subiri, Fashion Killer.
Sugwa, Ju, Nita Biti. Yeah, it's a solid catalog.
Definitely, and he seems to collaborate a lot.
Yeah, Wikipedia mentions quite a few big names. Diamond Platinums, obviously. Vanessa Mdee.
Joe McKinney, Zuchu, Giyaki from Ghana, BM from Saudi Soul, Mario.
That really speaks to his position in the sort of East African Music Network. He's connected.
And he's got the accolades, too. That Keeley Music Award back in 2015 for Nita Subiri Best R&B Song.
Right. and the Zanzibar International Film Festival Award in 2017 for the Utanua video.
Plus, AFRIMA nominations in 2018 and 2019, performing on Coke Studio Africa in 2019, it shows he's not just popular, but critically recognized, too.
Yeah, his craft is acknowledged.
No, it hasn't all been smooth sailing. We should probably mention that.
Okay.
Well, Wikipedia notes the controversy over his song Uzuri Wako in 2018. It got banned for being supposedly immoral.
Okay. Content issues.
Yeah. And more recently, in 2023, there was that copyright claim that briefly got his song Enjoy with Diamond Platinums taken off YouTube.
Right, I remember that. So the usual challenges artists can face today.
Pretty much. But those bumps don't seem to have really slowed him down much in terms of output or fan connection.
No, because he's released full albums since then, too. The Love album in 2019.
And King of Hearts in 2022. Boomplay shows the Love album did really well with streaming numbers.
And King of Hearts had some big collabs, too. So yeah, he's consistently putting out major projects. Each one feels like a statement.
So let's shift focus a bit to his personal life, specifically this relationship with Priscilla Ojo. Apple's Byte magazine touches on this.
And there's bound to be extra interest there, right? Because
Yeah.
Priscilla's mother is so well known in Nigeria.
Exactly. It's not just, two people getting married. It's the daughter of a Nollywood star and a major Tanzanian musician. That merging of public profiles across cultures is definitely part of the story.
And Jux's relationships have been in the spotlight before. Wikipedia mentions his past relationship with Vanessa Mdee, another big Tanzanian artist. That ended in 2019.
Right. So the public has followed his personal life before, this engagement to Priscilla in August 2024, and now the marriage this April. It's a big new chapter.
And that cross-cultural aspect just adds another layer of public fascination, I think. It goes beyond just entertainment news.
Totally. But what's also interesting about Jux, and something both Wikipedia and Boomplay mention, is that he's not just about music.
The fashion brand, African Boy.
Exactly. Launched in 2018. And it doesn't sound like just, merch on the side.
No, it seems like he's quite involved, like curating, designing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently, according to Wikipedia citing Nairobi News, he got a production deal in 2019 that made the brand available more widely across East Africa.
Okay, so scaling it up.
And there were plans mentioned for expanding into Kenya, too. It really shows he has this entrepreneurial side, this business drive, alongside the music.
Proving a whole brand identity.
So if we kind of pull all these threads together for everyone listening, it really becomes clear that releasing God Design as a wedding gift isn't just like a standalone nice gesture.
No, it fits perfectly into this pattern of him using his music to express these huge personal moments.
He's weaving his life story directly into his art, very publicly, very personally.
Yeah. And thinking about those earlier songs he dedicated to God Design just reinforces that image, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The romantic artist figure in East Africa.
Definitely. And now, through marrying Priscilla and that collab with Fino on the track, he's building these connections to Nigeria, reaching a wider audience. It's expanding his world artistically and personally.
It's a really smart and seemingly heartfelt way to do it.
So I guess the key takeaway here is that this song, God Design, it's more than just a song for a wedding. It's this public statement of love, sure, but it's also part of his ongoing story as an artist.
Right. It connects his personal life, his music, his cultural background, and now his connection to Nigeria, too. It all ties together.
Yeah, it shows how deeply personal events can shape and enrich an artist's creative work, and how that can then resonate outwards with fans old and new across different places.
It really makes you think, actually, about how artists generally, across different fields, different cultures, how they choose to mark these really personal, significant life moments through their work.
What does that reveal about that line between their public persona and their private self?
Exactly. Maybe, you could think about other times musicians have dedicated songs to people they love. Why do those specific songs sometimes connect so strongly with so many other people?
It's an interesting thought, that intersection of the deeply personal and the widely relatable. Definitely something to chew on.